Hello students, this video recording is intended to help you get started on your argumentative research for Mrs. Pusateri's class. As I looked over the assignment that she gave me, I noticed two things that were unique to her assignment. You have seen much of my presentation before. This should be nothing really new for an argumentative paper, but the two things that are new are right here. Number one, she wants you to use different voices to enhance the paper. I think what she intends here, and she didn't disagree with me yesterday, is that she would like you to have a counterclaim to your claim. She would also like you to make sure that you have a variety of voices, depending on what you're arguing about. This is meaning like different audiences, so don't only argue from the point of view of like a white middle-aged man argument. You might need to bring in different voices, different types of people to make your point. That might take it might look like women might feel differently in your paper or something like that, to begin like a new paragraph or to begin your counterclaim. Also, secondly, she wants you to encourage the reader to take action. That means you have to have something that they can do, or a should statement of some sort. Probably near the end of the paper. This is when you're putting in your own opinion. Don't just have this be a big thought paper. It also needs to have something about what should you do differently. And that means that you need to be more careful in picking your subject too, because you need to have something to do, and if it's a huge global issue, it sometimes is harder for that. Okay, as with everything we do in the library, you're going to start on the Ridgeline homepage, and you're going to start right down here in the corner where the little book is. It will link you to all the sources that I have in the library. When you click on that, you will see a screen like this. Now, particularly for those of you that are at home, this is super important. We need you to go to Utah's online library. If you're here in the building, which you're not, it takes you automatically there. Because you're at home, it's going to put up a paywall for you. And I can't even show you that because I'm here at school. The paywall doesn't come up unless I'm at home. But it will ask you if you're a Utah student. And of course, yes, you are. So click on that. And then it will ask you for the username and password. I have that hidden here on the button, hidden in plain sight. The username is online, the password is database. And that's why I encourage you to go through the Ridgeline Library site. You can always Google Utah's online library, but this little button will help you remember what the username and password are. So make sure you use those words. And if you have any questions, you can email me. Okay, so once you click on that, you're going to go to the reference collection here. There's lots of different options. The one you need for an argumentative paper is the Gale reference collection. And when you open that up, there are 8 different databases that you can use in the Gale reference collection. There are 2 of them that deal with argumentative papers. This first one right here is global issues. Obviously, these are global things. For me, this is a little bit harder of an issue. It's things like pollution in the oceans or hunger in Africa. They're very important issues and we want you to care about them, but they're harder to come up with those should statements, and they're just huge issues. This second box down here where it shows opposing viewpoints, these are more things that are things that, as it says here, social issues. So they're things that can deal with schools and with communities. So it's a little bit of a smaller issue in my opinion. So if you click on that, it will take you to the cover page for opposing viewpoints. If you already know what you want, you can use this search box at the top. For example, you want to do something on hunting. Is hunting ethical? You could type in the word hunting there. It would try and be predictive for you. It might give you some suggestions, but you can play around with that and do exactly the topic that you've already thought of. However, if you scroll down, it does have a browse issues section. So perhaps you know that you would really like to be a doctor when you graduate from high school and college. They have a health section with 97 different topics. So if you would click on this box, it will tell you some good ideas for health, or if you're interested in law. So anyway, it breaks it down. I really like this browse all issues just because it opens up so many possibilities for me. When you click on that, it's an alphabetical listing. It's huge. And there are things here that I would have never thought about, like Adoption. There are issues associated with adoption. I'm not sure what they are, but if you click on that, it will take you to it and you can see what possibilities are. Every single one of these that show up on the list are things that they have viewpoints on. So it's very good to do a little bit of browsing here and find out what some of the issues are. Like when I was looking through here, I saw this online retail. Who doesn't like online retail? So I thought, what's the controversy there? So I clicked on it, and every article is going to look something like this. It gives you an overview article, and if you click right here, it does take it to a much bigger article. This is not an opinion article. This just lays out what might be the issues. So it does both pros and cons. And if you were to choose online retail as your argumentative topic, you would definitely use this as one of your 4 topics, one of your 4 subject sources, I'm sorry. It would say, here's the issue for you. And so for you, as you browse and try and come up with subjects, this is really a nice little overview to read on any topic you do. They also have viewpoints. When it gets down here into the viewpoints category, this is when it's pro and con, like yay, 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 I love online retail, or no, 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 online retail is bad. You can also get that here just from reading the topic, the titles of the articles. So Amazon is trying to target the poor. Oh, that's controversial. We're trying to get the poor to spend extra money. Oh, online shopping, the growth is coming to an end. So online shopping, is it over? Is it a bad thing? So that just gives you an idea of, is that something you want to argue? Thirdly, you want to look and see if they have statistics or infographics. Those are quick, short sources that might be really useful for you. Again, you need at least 4 sources, which isn't a lot, but even if you can pull just 1 or 2 little bits of information, for example, you would say, online retail is growing at an astronomical rate. And you know that because you got it from the statistic. In fact, if I click on that, this is one of those that came up with the statistics for Amazon. And I can see here that in comparison to all other retails, Amazon has the same market share. So half of all online sales goes through Amazon. And I was really surprised to see how tiny, even like Walmart, they're trying to be a big company, but they're not in online. So that might be all you say. Now, important to know 2 things. If this is something you want, whether it's an article or an infographic, go up to the top and you can have a variety of options here. You can print it immediately, but I really suggest that you would download it to your Google Drive. And you'll be in your Google account. Make sure you do it to your school Google account, because then it's always available. I will have students come to me all the time and say, hey, I found this article called Amazon.com leads the pack in online retail. It's called Challenging Amazon, and they have all the information, but they can't find it again exactly. So if you get to the point where you think, yep, this is definitely what I want, make sure you click on your drive, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. It will come with a source citation, and you need this because obviously you're going to do a works cited page to hand in at the very end of your report. This will exactly download, you copy, paste, drop it into a document. It even puts the date that you accessed it. Now, when you do the Google Drive download, it goes like this. This is my drive. After I clicked on that, the most recent article is Amazon.com leads the pack in online retailing. Now I never ever have to go back and find it again. And this looks exactly, I know right there it doesn't look like it because it has a header, but when I click on that, it takes me exactly to that same article, including the MLA citation for my works cited page. Everything is there. Trust me. Please download to your Google Drive. So I've decided that that's not a great idea. I'm going to keep looking. Oh, women in politics. That looks interesting to me. I bet they have interesting things on Kamala Harris, who's running for vice president. That's something that's a current event. I really want to do something about that. Let me click on it. I click on it. Again, the overview article. Oh, look, it's got a nice picture of women in politics. It has the history of women in politics here in my read article, why it might be controversial. It presents the pro and the con in this article, remember. And then when I get down here to viewpoints, oh, there's lots of viewpoints. So I'm thinking this is, oh, infographics. That's kind of like statistics. I'm thinking this is going to be a really, really good article. So I'm going to click on viewpoints and see pros and cons, because remember, you need a claim and you need counterclaims. So I'm going to click on that, and here is the 48 viewpoints, a huge long list, and I look down it. And again, I was kind of thinking Kamala Harris, I don't know, we'll see. There's Hillary Clinton. Gosh, there's more Hillary Clinton. Should ignore. What? This is 2019. These are 2017. These are super old articles. So you can click right up here and you can have it resort. And I want it sorted by date. I'd like to see some new stuff. Come on. I mean, because I don't really care anymore about some of this stuff in 2017. So I did it. I sorted it by newest. And look, the newest here is 2019, 2000, and look, the third newest one is still 2017. So the reason I'm showing you this is I don't want to do this. I want something that's brand new, current. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't do this. You could still talk about women in politics. You could still perhaps find something a little fresher than this. But if your only articles for your paper are 3 years old, you've chosen a topic that isn't current and new. So please be careful. Again, I can argue women in politics. I just need to be a little more careful and get fresher articles, okay? So that's the end of this presentation. You have to find 4 sources. Remember that one of those sources is going to be this overview. So there's one. Then you're going to find probably 3 viewpoints, probably 2 that support your claim, and maybe 1 that is a counterclaim, that is against you. Please, as you find your topic, find something that you can find both sides of an issue. There are some issues that are just either in your mind or in the world's mind so clear cut. So make sure you can find things that involve claim and counterclaim, and be looking for action items or should. So what difference does this make? For example, women in politics. Women should run for local offices. Women should vote, maybe. Women should, come up with those things that would fit in with your topic, that you can suggest as reasonable ways to change. That's why you're arguing anyway. So if you have any questions, please contact Mrs. Pusateri, or you can contact me. My email is bonnie.odd@ccsdut.org. Good luck.